Welcome students, I am Mr. Simanchal Panda going to start the class for pharmaceutical aerosol from industrial pharmacy. So we will cover definition, component of aerosol package, type of system, manufacturing of pharmaceutical aerosol, quality control for pharmaceutical aerosol, evaluation test and labeling. So first of all, we should know what is aerosol. Aerosol is a system that depends on power of a compressed or liquefied gas to explain the content from the container. Generally, this is the aerosol. This is the biphase. That is, the two phases are present inside the solid metal container or glass container, in which one component is the active ingredient and second one is the gas, which is the compressed gas present inside the aerosol, which make it expel to make out with high pressure. It was developed in 1950. These aerosol products were intended for burns, minor cuts, bruise, infection and various dermatologic conditions. Aerosol product intended for local activity in the respiratory tract appeared in 1955. Then epinephrine was made available in pressurized package. So aerosol is meant for the fast activity. Generally these are used for the local application or through the respiratory tract utilities. So generally we have seen that for the faster relief during the football or any playing, if some people are getting injured, they require the fast healing, and at that time generally we are using the aerosol sprays to make the faster activity. Generally for the asthmatic patients, the epinephrines are also used to give the fast activity. So there are different type of advantages over the other dosage forms. They are, a dose can be removed without contamination of remaining materials. Generally these are very much safe, and how much we require, that much only it come out from the container, and the rest amount will remain without contamination. The medication can be delivered directly to the affected area in a desired form, such as spray, stream, quick breaking foam or stable form. These aerosols are used in many ways. We can see if this we can see nowadays for the saving foam also, these are used, in which these are coming in the foam form. Generally if there is some burned cases that has to stick for a long time and it has to give the cool sensation, for this aerosols are the first choice. Then this can be sprayed for a long distance, and as due to the high velocity they can penetrate the skin and they can give the fast effect below the skin without coming to the bloodstream. So irritation produced by the mechanical application of the topical medication is reduced or eliminated. We have seen that most of the drugs which are quite irritated whenever these are given through that mechanical application, but this does not create any kind of corrosion on the system. So and it is also having the good stability enhanced for the substance which are adversely affected by oxygen or moisture. This can be kept inside the container, which can protect the light, which can protect from the atmosphere, from the oxygen. So this can be remain more stable for long time. Each of convenience of application and application of medication in the thin layer. So this is having the very easy use. We can spray it, and it can act on the local area, and this is comparatively safe. But still there are certain disadvantages of the aerosol. That means the packaging is quite costly, because this chlorofluorocarbons or this different compressed gases which has to be packed inside, generally these are having the cost. Secondly, the packaging materials has to withstand the pressure, so it has to be very strong. So generally metals are used for that, and different type of parts are used, generally actuators, springs. So this making the cost to be more. It is difficulty in disposal. Generally if you are having the container that cannot be disposed easily, generally we can see this, if those are chlorofluorocarbon, they are not eco-friendly. These are having the difficulty in formulations. Generally, if you are taking the other formulations like syrup, capsules or any other formulations, these are having a comparatively easy procedure to make formulate. But in case of aerosol, it is somewhat difficult because you are using the compressed gas, and that has to be converted into the liquid inside the cylinder, and the drug which are using, they must not be inflammable, they can withstand the pressure. So there are different type of criteria which are including for the formulation, and it is not a easy task to continue. So quality control testing is somewhat complicated compared to the other. It cannot be subjected to the heat because we know that these are the compressed gas, and when these are coming, these are highly flammable in nature. So the leakage or the defects in the container may lead to the burning, and it cannot withstand the heat. So first we will study about the propellants. So what are the propellant? Propellant are the most important part of this aerosol, because without the propellant we cannot formulate any aerosols. Propellant is coming from the word of propel, so it clearly indicates that the compressed gas which are present inside the container, those will escape from a narrow aperture with a high pressure to give its efficacy. So the propellant is responsible for developing the proper pressure within the container. It expels the product when the valve is open. It aids an automation of foam production on the product. So there are different types are there, like fluorinated hydrocarbons such as trichloromonofluoromethane propellant, that is the propellant 1,1, dichloro-difluoromethane propellant 1,2, and dichloro-tetrafluoroethane propellant 1,1,4 have the widespread use in most aerosol for oral and inhalation use. The topical pharmaceutical aerosols utilize the hydrocarbons like propane, butane, isobutane, and compressed gases such as nitrogen, carbon dioxide and nitrous oxide. For blend of flavors, fluorocarbons propellants are generally used for pharmaceutical aerosol. Blending is done on the basis of desired final pressure. So we can see that the vapor pressure of a mixture containing two or individual propellant is equal to sum of the mole fraction each component present multiple by the vapor. So here is the vapor pressure. The it has been written as the PA is equal to NaPa0, that depend upon the partial vapor pressure. Na is the mole fraction of the component. To calculate the partial vapor pressure propellant, the equation is used, that is P is equal to Pa plus Pb, whereas the Pa is the partial vapor pressure of A, and B is the similarly it is Pb, where P is the total vapor pressure of the system. We can see in this container, in the diagram, a container is present. It consists of various parts. So inside that you can see the most important component is the propellant, and these are generally present in the gaseous form. Due to the excess pressure, these are converted into liquid inside the container. The liquefied propellant become gas mixed with product, helping spray formation, and product concentrate, solvent and the liquefied propellant may present in the two different phases. So through this pipe and the actuator, it has to come out. Whenever these are pressed, small apertures are getting open, and through the pressure, as the outside it is having the less pressure, inside it is having the high pressure, it start to move from the higher pressure zone to lower pressure zone at a very high speed. So there are different type of containers are present. It must withstand the pressure as I has 140 to 180 psig at 130 degree Fahrenheit. We can see here these are the product. These are generally made up of the metal container, as these are highly strong, or this can be used for that packaging materials as glass can also be used, because it is having it's a non-toxicity. These are chemically not reactive to other substances. These are quite stable, but the only drawback is that it cannot withstand the it is fragile. Whenever it will fall down, there are chances of breakage. So there are different type of the packaging materials are used, that may be glass or that may be metal, and if that is a metal, it may be tin plated steel, that may it may be side seam 3-piece or 2-piece drawn. It may be tin free steel, like we can see that there are some aluminiums can be used, 1 piece extruded, and sometimes stainless steels are also used as the metal container. For the glass, it may be uncoated glass or plastic coated glasses. So among the metal, there is tin plated containers are present. They consist of sheet of steel plate that has been electroplated on both sides with tin. The thickness of the tin coating is described in terms of its weight. It may be from 25, 50 to 100. The tin plate steel is obtained in thin sheet. When required, it coated with organic materials. These sheets are lithographed at this point. So then the sheet is cut into different sizes to make the body. A top, bottom, each place is fabricated into desired shape. The body is shaped in a cylinder and seamed by a flag and shoulder opening. The top and the bottom are attached to the body, and a side seam strip is added to the inside seam area when required. A recent development in metal tin plate container is the welded side. Aluminum containers are there. Sometimes the aluminum containers are also used. These are having the disadvantage of corrode by the pure water and the pure ethanols. The combination of ethanol and propellant 111 shown to produce hydrogen acetyl chloride, aluminum chloride like this. These are having this disadvantages. So today we studied about the aerosols, and we studied different parts like the definitions, advantage of the aerosols, disadvantage of the aerosols. Then we studied about the different type of propellants. We studied about the vapor pressure exerted on the aerosol. Then different type of the containers, those are used for the preparation of aerosols. So for today we have studied about the basic concept of the aerosols. We will continue in the next class. Thank you.